Glorious morning, soul siblings. Namaste. This is Vic, and this is our practice of breathing, asanas, and meditation. I call it BAM Yoga. Thank you so much for coming to your mat. Give yourself some time to appreciate the fact that you're making a choice to integrating your 5 bodies so that you can feel whole instead of scattered or fractioned in phase of life, and also making soul connection so that you can give your soul a voice in your life. Beautiful. Let's get started with our practice called life appreciation. This is a breathing practice where we use more of the capacity of our lungs when we inhale and when we exhale in celebration for life, and we connect with 3 levels of appreciation: the life that God created, the life that you create for yourself, and the life that you are. So here you don't have to breathe in any particular technique or using your nose or your mouth exclusively. You can do whichever feels more comfortable for you. The only observation and the intention that we hold is to breathe using more of our lung capacity. So begin exhaling, then inhale richly. It is beautiful when we consciously choose to step out of our minds and connect deeply, delving into our hearts. I call the heart the home of the soul in the body. The mind has very hard ways to interact with life, whereas the soul provides us with soft ways to interact with life. Lila Ballesteros, bendiciones. Buenos días. Estamos haciendo la práctica de apreciación de la vida, respirando, utilizando más de nuestra capacidad pulmonar, y en celebración con 3 niveles de la vida: la vida que Dios ha creado, la vida que tú creas para ti y la vida que eres. De hecho, eres vida viviendo. Somos vida viviendo. Inhale richly, exhale generously, breathe in freedom, breathe in joy. And don't remember to look about you, connecting with the 3 levels of life in your own ways. Exercise appreciation for the life God made, the life that you make for yourself through your choices, the life that you are in every building block that makes you. 30 trillion cells approximately make your physical body. Each one of them is a living entity. Thank you, life, for the whole of life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To all the existence, for all the forms of life that I am able to appreciate and interact with, making this world, making my life so much beautiful, wonderful. Yes, Nanikor. Blessings, brother. Namaste. We are broadcasting from Miami, doing right now our life appreciation practice, where we aim to breathe using more and more of our lung capacity and celebrating life. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for joining for the practice. Please stay connected with the flow of your breath, even if I keep talking. Breathe richly, breathe out generously, breathe in freedom, in joy, in gratitude. All these words that I am mentioning, freedom, joy, gratitude, they are energies that you can choose. And if at the moment you don't feel you have them circulating inside of you, you can create that circulation. You have that power, you have that freedom. So we take this time to set ourselves up energetically and spiritually to interact with the rest of our day. If you allow yourself, you can let go of all the pending chores you have for the rest of the day, obligations, contracts, commitments. And if you drop them at this time, perhaps you can engage with the energy of delight in this moment. That won't take away everything that you have to do for the rest of your day, but certainly at this very moment it will set up your energies so that you can take on whatever you have to do with grace, with beauty, with joy, with peace. Life is beautiful. I love to live. I love to be alive. I love to be aware and awake. And I love to take this time to appreciate my living and the whole of life. We wake up usually, life is available, and we just start doing whatever it is that we do. Usually we begin exercising our habits of the morning. And many times we allow ourselves to become some sort of robots. But that is not the nature that we carry within. We are indeed gods embodied in human form. Let's not forget that while we enjoy the journey of life. Fantastic. Let's move on to the second section of the practice. First, let me say my hellos to all of you. Sending love. Interaction is always important. Communication, both ways. All right. Second section of the practice is called focused breathing. Here we are going to use a breathing technique that is called Ujjayi breath. And we are going to breathe using the full capacity of our lungs. Remembering that breathing is essential to life, and also that while breathing we are nurturing our entire system. The breath has a cohesive property, bringing the five bodies together, so that gives you integration, making you feel whole. And also the sound of the breath is super powerful for the mind to quiet down and help us make soul connection. So let's give attention to the breathing process entirely. And let's breathe using the full capacity of our lungs. Remember, for this technique, we create a subtle sound at the back of the throat, not at the nose, but at the throat. And we use that sound to keep our mind present and to gauge the energies that are circulating inside, so that we can become aware what's the inner state. All right? Any changes that we want to make in the inner state, this is what we're here for. So don't just observe, but if you feel energies that are not serving you or will not serve you through the day, exhale them, let them go out. And with your inhale, bring in energies of your choice and fill yourself up with them. Good? Let's start exhaling. Close your eyes, seal your lips, exhale through your nose, open your heart. Blow all the air from the lungs and then softly inhale. Fill up your lungs to the top and then softly let all the air out. No one can breathe for you. Take this time, breathe using your full lung capacity. You will have to break the habit of breathing using a very small portion of your lungs. So you will take yourself consciously to exhale, blowing all the air out, and inhale, filling yourself up to the top of your lungs. All along you create a sound at the back of the throat, and let this sound be like a lamp in front of you as you're walking in the darkness. You follow it, you see it, you stay connected with it. The light of the sound of your breath will take you to the presence of your soul. Follow it. Let yourself be guided sweetly. And surrender in sweet soul connection. Vic, how do I know I made soul connection? Well, when you're moving and doing, you're connecting with the physical body. When you're thinking, you're connecting with your mental body. When you are feeling, you're connecting with your emotional body. When you are vibrating, pulsating, and sensing, you are connecting with your energetic body. And when you are being, you connect with your soul, the spiritual body. So the way to connect with your soul is to be. Be happy, be aware, be awake, be grateful. Be the watcher, not the thinker, not the doer or the mover, not the feeler, but the watcher. That connects you with the soul. When you realize you're being pure awareness, even aware, of your physical aspect, the mental, whatever the mind is thinking, you can watch it think, your feelings the same way, but you're watching from a place which is not your mind, your emotions, or your body. That is your being. If you have noticed throughout your life, perhaps you realize your body has changed. As the years go by, your voice has changed. But the one inhabiting the body, the one speaking behind the voice, is changeless. It doesn't age. It doesn't get sick. It's never born. It never dies. That is the soul. That is your being. In fact, you don't have a soul, and it's not your soul. You are the soul. And this is what we are aiming to realize in this practice. So keep breathing. Identify with the awareness, the consciousness, the presence inside you, and be the watcher. Inhale richly, exhale generously and freely. Celebrate life, celebrate being you. Fantastic. Peace be with you, my brothers and sisters. Thank you so much for sharing this time of practice with me. Now we move on to the third section of the practice. Same breathing technique, we add movement. Observation, we prioritize the flow of the breath and we have the body follow with the movement in perfect coordination with the breath. Make it a point to observe whether you hold your breath while we do the postures. Okay, these will be very simple postures and I will be guiding each one of them. So we shouldn't find any kind of difficulty doing it. But if you find difficulty, it will be, and you can observe this because the mind begins to wander off. Also, we may not find difficulty, but perhaps we get lost and we don't know what we're doing. And that is also a sign that the mind has taken us somewhere else. Remember that out of your 5 bodies, this is key to remember, the physical body has one particular characteristic that the other 4 bodies don't have. The physical body is permanently anchored in the present moment. Whereas with your mental, emotional, energetic, and spiritual body, you are not bound to the present moment. You can travel in time and space freely. Mentally, you can go somewhere else. Emotionally, you go somewhere else. Energetically and spiritually, we have no clue. But doing or being like that we scatter ourselves. Being scattered, when life comes to us, it finds us smaller than we are, and we feel that life is greater than us. That creates stress, anxiety, depression, fear, many things. We use this practice to realize that we can integrate our 5 bodies, make ourselves whole so that we can interact with life 100 with 100, feeling equal to life instead of smaller than it or even bigger than it. Sometimes the ego does that too. We are not bigger than life. We are life living. We are life itself. So we are equal to life. Good? So, palms together in front of the heart. Exhale. Continue to use your Ujjayi breath technique. Inhale, bring the arms up. Lengthen and stretch. Exhale, arms down. Open your heart. Move at the rhythm of your breath. Breathe using the full capacity of your lungs. And breathe and move in celebration, in freedom, in joy. Your yoga practice is not an obligation, so you should do it leisurely. And the same happens with life. Life is a gift, not an obligation. You could choose to drop the body if you like, but you're choosing to keep it. So if you're choosing to stay here, have this wonderful experience we call life, make it a joyous experience. Why a stressful one? Next exhale, lean to the side. Look up and twist. Inhale up. Exhale, side. Inhale. Next exhale to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale. Breathe richly, move freely. Stretch your body. Next exhale, lean forward. Hear your body breathe. Next exhale, bring the arms down, hands behind your back, fingers pointing forward, feet flat in front of you, bend your knees, and with the inhale, bring your hips up, tilt your head back. Soft movements, deep breathing, move in celebration, breathe in joy. Fill up yourself with freedom, with presence. As soon as you notice that your mind is wandering to the past or the future, bring it back. Enjoy this moment full of life, full of presence and beauty, abundance, colors. Fantastic. Let's turn over to knees and hands. Inhaling, arch your back, look towards the belly button. Exhaling, belly button down, look forward and up. Curve your spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. With your exhale, bring your spine to neutral. Flat back. Next inhale, left arm up, right leg up. Reach back with your foot, forward with your finger, exhaling, hand and knee down. Inhaling, the other side. Exhale down. Inhale, other side. One more time. Both hands in front of you. Hips back, forehead down, child's pose. Inhale, knees and hands. Stuff the toes into the mat, hips up in the air. Extend your arms and legs, downward dog. From here, with an inhale, look forward, feet between the hands. Exhale, head down, legs straight. Inhale, come up, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Beautiful. How is the body feeling? Pay attention. Many changes are happening inside you while the practice develops. Energetic changes are taking place primordially. We are transmuting energies inside of us, and now we move on to the asana section of our practice. So here also pay attention to prioritize the flow of your breath and have the body follow with the movement. Please notice whether you hold your breath when you're doing the postures, because if you're doing that on the mat, you're certainly doing the same thing outside the mat in your life. And when you hold your breath to do something, you are creating stress inside of you. You're closing your mind to see better possibilities or better ways to tend to the situation. So allow yourself to develop the ability to keep the breath flowing, whatever it is that your body is doing. Good? This will bring you what we practice here on the mat, then later on will bring you benefits and blessings for the rest of your life. Let me put this camera a little bit higher. There we go. So feet together, arms down. I'm standing to the center of the mat, but please go to the front. So I have to do this so to fit on the screen. Step to the front of your mat. Exhale. Blow all the air out of your lungs, and then with an inhale, bring the arms up and look up. Exhale, lean forward and reach for your shins, your toes or your mat. Wherever you reach is fine. Inhale, look up, flat back, legs straight. With the exhale, hands down, feet back. Bend the elbows and come down to the bottom of the push-up. Keep the elbows close to the ribs. Inhale, cobra. With your exhale, downward dog. We will hold downward dog for 5 breaths, but if you need to take a break, please, by all means, go to child's pose. This is child's pose. It is a resting posture, but we keep the observation that the breath does not change. We hold the same breathing pace and depth throughout the entire practice using the Ujjayi breath technique. On the next inhale, look forward, feet between your hands. Exhale, head down, legs straight. Inhale, come up. Exhale, arms down. One more time. Inhale, arms up. With the exhale, lean forward. Reach for shins, toes or mat. Legs straight. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hands down, feet back. Bottom of the push-up. Cobra with your inhale. Downward dog, your exhale. 5 breaths in downward dog. Breathe using the full capacity of your lungs. Bend one knee, then the other. Twist in your hips. Stretching the muscles on the back of your legs and the upper back. Press gently your heart towards your toes and your heels towards the mat. Next inhale, look forward, feet between the hands. Exhale, head down, legs straight. Inhale, come up. Exhale, arms down. Great. Let me turn around, see if the light favors. Hello, more of you joining. My brother Oscar, so long. Blessings to you. Fantastic, you're joining. Let's continue. Sun salutation B is next. Bend the knees. Inhale, bring your arms up. This is chair pose. With the exhale, legs straight. Reach down for your shins, your toes, or your mat. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hands down, feet back, bottom of the push-up. Cobra inhaling. Downward dog exhaling. Next inhale, right foot forward. Bring the arms up, warrior one. Next exhale, hands to the front, foot back, bottom of the push-up. Cobra inhaling. Downward dog exhaling. Next inhale, left foot forward, arms up, warrior one on the other side. Next exhale, hands down, foot back, bottom of the push-up. Come down slowly, elbows close to the ribs. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Relax your jaw, relax your neck. Gently press your heart towards your toes, your heels towards the mat. All along here, your body breathe. Next inhale, look forward, feet between the hands. Exhale, head down, legs straight. Bend the knees, come up inhaling, chair pose. Exhaling, legs straight, arms down. This is Tadasana. One more time, sun salutation B. Bend the knees, arms up, inhale. Exhaling, lean forward, legs straight. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, bottom of the push-up. Bhujangasana, cobra inhaling. Exhaling, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, that means downward facing dog. Right foot forward, inhaling, arms up, warrior one. Exhaling, warrior two. Rotate the hips, rotate the shoulders, look forward, arms parallel to the ground. Next inhale, both legs straight. Turn your feet. Now you're facing the other direction. Bend that knee. You are on warrior two on the other side of your body. Inhaling, rotate your hips, arms up, shoulders rotating too. Warrior one. Exhale, hands down, foot back, bottom of the push-up, Chaturanga. Cobra inhaling. Downward dog exhaling. Bend one knee and the other, twist your hips, make it feel good. Breathe using the full capacity of your lungs. Bring a lot of oxygen into your system. Feed it, nurture it, nourish, nurture it, nourish. Nurture and nourish. Next inhale, look forward, feet between the hands. Exhale, head down, legs straight. Go deeper than before. Bend the knees. Inhale, chair pose, come up. And exhaling, straight, arms and legs, Tadasana. Beautiful. Now we move to the wrist therapy part of our practice. So, palms flat on the mat in front of you, fingers are pointing forward and one hand at a time. Rotate the hands, pointing your fingers back, back, forward, forward, back, back. Forward, forward, back, back. Forward, forward, back, back. Keep the back part. Palms flat on the mat. Use your body weight and lean back, bringing your hips toward your heels. And using your own body weight, stimulate your wrists and forearms. It feels good. Celebrate. And now, turn your palms over, middle fingers point each other. Lean back and slowly begin to bring more weight, moving your shoulders over your wrists. If it's too much, back up a little bit. Make it feel comfortable for you. With elbows straight, exhaling, make fists. It feels delicious. I love it. Shake. All directions. We are stimulating all the joints in the body, including these little ones in the fingers. We also did the joints in the toes as we were doing the sun salutations. Now after this one, we will move also to do the neck. Every part of the body stimulated. We're breathing, bringing health, beauty, well-being, feeling abundant in our lives. All right. Next will be pigeon pose. This is a hip opener. And also we start bringing the palms in front of us. And instead of staying with knees and hands or on knees and hands, what we're going to do is bring one knee forward and extend the other leg back. There we go. Then balance yourself from left to right. Let me turn to the side so you can see what I am doing. One knee forward, the other leg stretches back, straight. This is a hip opener, so allow yourself to release tension from your hips. Sometimes we don't feel the tension. We're so used to it. It's become part of ourselves, right? So breathe into that area of your body and let the weight of your body bring the groin area closer to the mat. You will realize how much tension was there as the groin begins to come lower and lower and lower. We harbor fear, and that is a very tensing energy. Do your variations as you like. Whatever you decide to do, remember, whatever variations you decide to do, remember the breath remains the same. The breath is the constant through the practice. We will change postures and the breath remains the same. As you feel ready, help yourself up. And to get out of the posture, we're going to do this. Stuff the toes on the back foot into the mat. And then lift your hips off the ground. Third, release the front leg, extending it back, stretching it. Come to downward dog. Bicycle your feet, twist your hips, and then bring your other knee forward so we can do pigeon pose on the other side. Balance yourself left and right, release tension, fear, preoccupation from inside. We hold a lot of memories from the past also in the area of the hip, so let your past go. Appreciate it as your life experience and release any tension about it. Free yourself. If something came all the way from your past to your today, to your now, and it is not good, then it's probably time to invite yourself to let it go. Why do you keep carrying something from the past into your today, particularly if it doesn't serve you? You are here and now. You have already gone through it, overcome it, but you're still carrying the weight. No point in doing that. Free yourself. As you feel ready, help yourself up. Stuff the toes on the back foot into the mat. We do this to keep the knee safe. It is very easy to create knee injury here. So lift the hips off the ground. Softly extend the leg behind you. Come to downward dog. Bend one knee and the other. Twist the hips. And now we get ready for Paula, buenos días. Bendiciones. Gracias por acompañarnos. Now we are going to move on to shoulder stand. Shoulder stand is an inversion. That means that we are going to put the body upside down, making our blood circulate in opposite direction, cleansing all the veins and arteries in our system, keeping us healthy, strong, vital. Luna Root, blessings. Buenos días, Paulita. Muchas gracias. Hasta Chile, bendiciones. So lay on your back. Ladies, if you're in your moon cycle, please keep shoulder stand. Instead, do this posture. It's called Viparita Karani. Legs up in the air. Do about 15 breaths here. If you like, you can rest your legs against the wall. This is very powerful for menstrual cramps and also for insomnia. For shoulder stand, legs off the ground, hips, torso off the ground, hands to the lower back, elbows down to give support, gaze towards your toes. Breathe freely. Even when you're upside down, you develop the ability, the comfort to breathe using the full capacity of your lungs. As you do this here on the mat, you're readying yourself to also take the same approach when life wants to put you upside down. You will remain calm, collected, cool. Next exhale, lower your feet overhead. Extend the arms behind you. Do any variations that you like from here. You can bring the hands to the toes. You can separate your feet wide. You can bring one foot up and switch. Bring your arms down so that you don't lose your balance. You can bring the knees to the ears. Hug the thighs. You can do inverted lotus. As you feel ready, gently release. Next will be fish. Extend the legs, feet together, elbows down. Lift the heart. Tilt the head back. Slide the elbows towards your feet and rest the crown of your head on the mat. Bring the legs off the ground, arms off the ground if you want to do a variation. Breathe using the full capacity of your lungs. Exhaling, release. Curl the knees into the heart and softly sway left and right. Feels awesome on the back. Some little massage. Roll over to the one side and come up to seated. Now we are going to take a short moment to give thanks. So we remember all the masters, sages, gurus, teachers that came before us and left the science and the practice of yoga for us to do today. And to all of them we say, Parama, Rishipyo Namaha. Parama Rishipyo Namaha. Acharya Devo Baba. Acharya Devo Baba. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to each one of them. What a wonderful legacy, this science and practice of yoga. Next is Shavasana. Lay on your back and separate your feet to the width of the mat. Arms by your sides, palms face up. Inhale deep through your nose and exhale long through your mouth, sticking the tongue out, sighing, melting your body on the mat and rolling the eyeballs in all directions. Practice with me, lay down on your mat, inhale deep. Come back to your usual breathing pattern. We have been moving the body with the asanas. We started with the breathing, and now we come to stillness. We have exercised, massaged, stretched, relaxed the body, the mind, the emotions, soothed the energy down, and the soul now is ready to become evident. Let go of the doing, the moving, the thinking, the feeling. Identify with the watcher and engage in fullness of being. Be here now, awake and aware. If the mind travels to the past or the future, bring it back to the present. Have it follow the flow of your breath and keep it engaged in the now. Through this practice you may realize you don't have a soul, but you are the soul. The life living inside of you. The beingness. The life. You are indeed life living. If you would choose to make yourself a man or a woman, a this or a that, whatever the label you may choose, then you are limiting yourself. You're infinite and also eternal. The physical body ain't, but you are. You are not the body, you are the soul. The life within the body. As you feel ready now, wiggle your fingers, your toes, your wrists and ankles, your elbows and knees. Curl the knees into the heart and softly sway left and right. Eventually roll over the side of your body, helping yourself up to seated. And next will be the next section of our practice, meditation. Meditation. Sending you guys love. Thank you so much for joining. Love to every single one of you. So, meditation is next. Find a comfortable seated posture. You can also kneel, you can stand. Please don't lay down because it's so easy to fall asleep. And once you're comfortably seated, close your eyes. Once again, open your heart. The sun is hot here. Let me move this camera a little bit. Much better. So I was just saying, make yourself comfortable. Once you make your body comfortable, it shall not be complaining through the meditation practice, creating distraction. So then you can transcend it. You can go past the body. You forget it is there. That means you transcended it. You are indeed sitting, and you can actually somehow see yourself sitting up or standing or kneeling, whatever posture you have chosen. And you don't see that with the eyes of your face. You do it with your third eye, the eye of awareness and intuition. So watch yourself be seated, breathing in full stillness. Next, watch your mind. And you will realize two types of thoughts arrive in your head. The thoughts that you bring and the thoughts that come by themselves. You have no power about the thoughts that come by themselves, virtually. No power. You cannot control what other people think, and everybody thinking, casting out their thought vibrations out into the universe, create what we call the collective consciousness. We are indeed living in an ocean of thought. We don't necessarily realize it. We are not necessarily aware of that, but it's the truth. Science tells us that about 26,000 thoughts are being cast out from our heads every day. And that's for just one individual. Imagine now, multiply that for 8 billion people on the planet. It is a whole lot of thought. And all those thoughts that are being cast out per day create a mesh. We call that mesh the collective consciousness, the thoughts of everybody on the planet. And we can hear those thoughts in our head. Have you not had the experience of having an idea that you didn't know where it came from? Well, one place is the collective consciousness, the other one is your soul, the other one is the guides, spiritual guides that you're connecting with. They are also many times sending you messages in forms of thought, frequencies. So observe right now your mind. Identify with the observer instead of the thinker. Watch your mind. Choose not to bring thoughts of your own. If any thoughts arrive by themselves, that's perfectly fine. But you can indeed choose to stop the thinking. That means if any thought arrives in your head, don't label it. Don't categorize it, don't judge it, don't push it or pull it. Just watch it come, and eventually you will see it go. As you do this, you will realize you are not your thoughts, but you can become what you think. A thought can come that you are a fool, and if you entertain it long enough and you make it yours, you can feel yourself being a fool too. You have that power. Use it wisely. Be aware. You are creating yourself along your day upon what happens or who you are interacting, who or what you're interacting with. And many times we are just mirroring whatever comes from outside, and we become whatever we see outside. So if somebody's in a bad mood, we begin to reflect that bad mood, and all of a sudden we are in a bad mood too. This is abandoning ourselves. This is living unconsciously, being reflection of whatever comes. But we also have the ability, the opportunity, the gift to be source instead of reflection, and be the light even in face of the darkness. If somebody comes in front of us being obnoxious, we don't have to fight them. But we can be peaceful ourselves. We can be understanding and patient. We can be loving, acceptant, peaceful, blessing. And if we don't want to be there, we can generate change for ourselves and move ourselves to another place. If I don't have the possibility to move myself to another place physically, now that we have this situation going on in the planet, you can move yourself mentally, emotionally. You can take your attention to something else, even if you are sharing the same physical space with somebody else. Yoga is a practice that teaches us to do inner resource management, and this is what I love to share. Inner resource management. How to use our own innate resources to make our life more graceful, ourselves more happy, healthy, abundant, and free. For that, my brother, my sister, the technique is simple. But don't let simplicity be the energy that you choose to abandon or let go. Take it. Why complicate yourself? Use simplicity. So this practice is very simple. Simply identify with the watcher. Inside of you there's the doer, the thinker, the feeler, the sensor, and the being. You are that being. The physical, mental, emotional, and energetic are tools for the soul to interact on this physical plane. But you are not a tool. You are, in any case, the tool operator. Identify with that. Most of the times during our days and as our days pass by, not knowing about the 5 bodies, we choose to identify with the one that screams out the loudest. If something is happening in my life and the emotions begin to rise, I follow my emotions. I become an emotional expression of life. If something is happening or not happening and I become to get preoccupied in my mind, what am I going to do? How am I going to address this? Then I am becoming a mental person. I am addressing the situation from my mental standpoint. Ideas, concepts, reasoning, logic, but as you look about life, life is not logical. So through logic, very hardly are we going to be satisfied with life. Go past that. I'm not saying throw logic away. I'm just saying, for this time of meditation, go past logic. And then throughout your day, choose when to engage it and when to engage soul. Same thing happens with feelings and emotions. I just described the physical body also has its own things going on because it's connected with the senses through the whole of life, to the whole of life. So every sense is a different voice speaking to us internally that can create confusion, chaos inside. Be the watcher. The watcher of it all is the soul, and the soul is you. The awareness awake and aware of itself. The one that speaks behind your voice. That even though the voice may change with the passing of time, you know that the speaker doesn't. That is you. You have been the same one from a child to an adult now, and even further in previous lives. You are life living. You are awareness, consciousness, present, aware of itself. And from that place you can take your physical, mental, emotional, and energetic aspects in any direction you want, keeping yourself healthy, happy, motivated. And in case you love or have curiosity to experience yourself in the darkness, you can also take yourself there. My observation would be, just remember, you're going to visit the darkness, not to become it. So when you visit the darkness, it is a great time, because only in the darkness can you shine your light bright. When everyone and everything is working properly in your life, you are in the light, so you are not shining your light. Everything is shining light, so your light doesn't stand out. But when things become difficult, challenging, so they turn obscure, they bring darkness into our experience, doubt, fear, anxiety, stress, not enoughness, whatever. That is the time when we must remember, I am stepping on into the darkness to shine my light, not to become the darkness. Keep that in your heart, bring it to your mind, make it action, and free yourself. As you feel ready now, open your eyes, look about you, take a deep breath in celebration and in gratitude for life, for your practice today. I certainly appreciate this practice. It has changed my energy inside. I wasn't feeling very motivated actually to do this class today, or practice for myself in any case. But I know that after I do it, I feel so different. Everything changes, so it's a good thing. It's worth it to invest a little bit of time just to make integration with yourself and then feel awesome about you and about life. To live is awesome. So feel awesome about you, about living, and about yourself, and enjoy life. Thank you so much, soul siblings, for joining today. This is Vic, this is BAM Yoga. We will be back tomorrow. So please help me spread the word. Tell your peeps to go to my Instagram bio, citizen.yoga. And now we are doing the policy of pay what you can. If you don't have money, no problem, keep coming to the practice. This will harmonize you and eventually help you make more money, so perhaps in the future you feel like contributing. But don't make money be a limitation in your life. For this class or for anything at all, free yourself. That is the purpose we're coming to this practice, to be free in our lives. Thank you so much, soul siblings. Enjoy a glorious day. Love to you, Paulita. And everyone joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Namaste. Blessings.